Parents and guardians, thank you again for trusting your students with us in the Lamar County School District. This year, like never before, we're thankful that you trust us whether your students are going to be attending virtually or traditionally. Please know, as always, we have their safety at the forefront of everything that we do. I ask for your patience. As we begin school this year, traffic, which is always an issue when we begin school, it may be a little slower because we're hoping that more people will bring their students to school if they're able. And on our bus routes, as we're actively watching our seating charts, it will take a little more time for our buses to get through their routes. So as always, we just ask for patience and consideration. Please know that we are taking a solid approach to the guidance given out by the Mississippi Department of Health regarding positive cases and quarantines. So I just wanted to explain to you that if your child sits in the middle of a classroom and at some point in the year tests positive, then everyone within 6 feet of your child will have to go home and quarantine for 14 days. This is something that's set by the Department of Health. It's not set by us, but we will strictly follow it. There is no stigma attached to this. At some point, all of us are either going to have the virus or hopefully receive the vaccine in the future. So again, we are placing no stigma on this. We just want to follow the guidance so that we can keep everyone safe. And again, that guidance is regardless of the mask, so that we are asked to wear them and to keep them in place as much as possible throughout the day. That is for staff and students. Find one that's comfortable, that you like, and be sure to keep it clean throughout the days of attendance. Parents, please remember we're asking you to do a health screening with your children before they leave for school each morning. And that should include checking their temperature, talking to them about how they're feeling, and checking for any symptoms. There are a variety of symptoms that are related to COVID, and those are updated periodically. We'll have them on our website for you to review if needed. Parents, please know if there is a positive case in a classroom, whether it's a teacher or a student, you will be notified. And remember what I said, anyone who is in 6 feet of that person for 15 minutes or longer will receive a different notification stating that they will also need to quarantine with the positive case for 14 days. Again, we're going to make every effort to track these so that we can keep everyone safe and in our buildings for as long as possible. We have just over 25% of our student population who have chosen the virtual option. In saying that, please know that we are going to continue to have issues with our ability to socially distance in our classrooms and on our buses, though we will do the absolute best that we can. Please know our goal is to keep our buildings open, but we will have to follow all guidance by the State Department of Health. Please remember that our Plan B is our hybrid option where students would not attend every day of the week. It will, of course, be our last resort, and we will let you know as soon as we possibly can. Athletics is continuing at this point for our school year, so we are preparing actively for fall sports, though it will look a little different. This year, the governor has placed capacity limits on all of our facilities for these events. Right now, going into the month of August for those activities, that capacity is 25%. It could change on any given day at any given hour. In using that, we will have limited tickets that we will be able to sell because the capacity accounts for everyone on the field participating in the game and those that would like to view it from the stands. So we will not sell tickets at the gate. All of our tickets will be sold online, as this will allow us to track and maintain those capacities as required by law. There's been a lot of conversations about devices. We do use Chromebooks in our district. The federal money that we are to receive to purchase more Chromebooks has not been released to us yet. It is a grant option where we have to fund 20% to match the funds that we expend. When we are able to do that, we've been told that we cannot obtain those devices until hopefully late November. So in an effort to offset that, we're going to look at our existing stock of Chromebooks. Now please know that some of them are dated, but our goal is to get a device in the hands of our traditional students so that they can begin to use them as needed, especially if they're required to quarantine due to a positive case or being within 6 feet of a positive case. It's going to take us a few weeks to get those collected and prepare for distribution, but please know that that is coming within the next month. Parents, above everything else, I need you to know that we are very excited to get your children back in our schools. It's been months since we've had children in our hallways and in our classrooms, and that's what we live for. That is what we do, and that is what we love, and we're ready to do that again. In saying that, I ask that you please try to remain positive about all things. Attitude is everything, and I firmly believe in putting a smile on and making the best that you can of any given situation. If nothing else, I ask that you do that for our children because they do feed off of our attitudes. And I hope that my plan for myself and my staff is that we'd have a positive attitude, and I ask that you help us match that at home. Thank you so much for what you do and for trusting us with your children again this year. Thank you.